Hey, Cryptobians. Right, today we're going to go through some platforms that could potentially give you some really nice airdrops. We know Jito and what was the other one? Pith have done really well. Some people got like 90,000 and 100,000 airdrops from these platforms. So we want to be I even missed Jito and I missed Pith. So I want to be looking at what's coming next. And a lot of these DeFi platforms on Solana, the TVL is going mad. They are, I believe, the next ones that are going to be dropping these airdrops. And hopefully, but as soon as you get the airdrops, usually what I do is I sell them. That has been a mistake in the past because last time I got airdrops for 1 inch and Uniswap, and Uniswap did really well. So in retrospect, I shouldn't have really sold it. But who knows? I may have put it in something that did even better than Uniswap. I doubt it. I think I probably just put it on in ETH. So, so let's discuss some of the platforms that can give you potential airdrops and how you would go about doing them. The first one is MarginFi. This one is obvious that it's going to have an airdrop. It even has a point system, and the way you do that is, again, it's kind of a strange thing, and I've had to take time to understand this because I've never bothered to learn DeFi. So it was a really hard learning curve for me. So I had actually someone in one of my groups help me with this. And what you need to do is you need to lend and you need to borrow. So if you lend and you borrow, and just Google and look at some YouTube videos, and that should help you how to do this. And if you lend and borrow, that should give you points. If you lend, you get 1 point a day. If you borrow, you get 4 points a day. So depending on the points that you have, then that will determine what an airdrop that you will get. And it's the same for all these platforms I'm going to tell you. They have a very similar pattern. Again, stake your token to get the LST liquidity token as well. That could help you. I think that probably will. Swapping, bridging. So all of that will help you in getting your points. But depends also how much capital you have, because it can be risky. So be careful with this because you can get liquidated out your position. So always keep watchful eye on the health. Now you can't see it here, but if you log in, it will show you a health. Now if you go below 80, I wouldn't take that risk, okay? Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to lose your tokens. So be careful. You don't lose your tokens just because you're farming, farming for other tokens. So things like, MSOL, if you lend MSOL, then borrow JITSOL, then use that JITSOL to then supply JITSOL again, that kind of strategy generally works. But just be careful because it is risky, and keep an eye on the health, right? Keep the health up to at least about 60 to 80. Don't get it below 50 because that could really hurt you if the market is volatile. And you know what? There's crypto, the market will be volatile. So that is the first platform, which is MarginFi. Now, Kamino, exactly the same. Like lend, borrow, maybe do some long and shorts, do some trading, but it's exactly the same principle. And what you can do is also you can lend on this, borrow on MarginFi, then take that borrow token and then lend on here, borrow on here, and that's how you do it. You can also use Marinade for this as well, right? So you can get the Marinade liquidity token, stake your Solana, then use that. That will be MSOL obviously, to then lend and borrow on these platform. The next platform is Drift. Okay, same thing, right? And here also you can trade on here as well, but it's the same exact principle: lend and borrow. And hopefully, if you use the same strategy across these three platforms, you might get tokens for every single one of them. But again, keep that health high. And it's the same principle for all of these platforms. The next one, so those three are within Solana. Okay, Tensor is also within Solana, and this one here is actually an NFT platform, right? You can actually get this Tensorian NFT, which I actually got, staked it, and then you have to farm other NFTs. I'm not really farming many of the NFTs. I'm just holding the Tensorian NFT. Hopefully that will help me get the airdropped. Now, if you remember Blur and what happened with that, that was absolutely crazy. So if you get something similar to that, just buying this Tensorian NFT, and even if it takes a 50% hit, the tokens I get should hopefully offset that. And I would like to think that in the long term, the NFT will go back up anyway. But again, the only reason this NFT is up so much, and if you look at something like Soul Sniper, right? Let's have a quick look. So if you look at, so Soul Sniper is a really good tool to do some TA on NFTs. So, oh, it's wow, it's how slow is this? So let's see if we can find it. If not, then we'll give it up. Yeah, so you can look at the chart here. Wow, we really are slow today, aren't we? Okay, while that's trying to load up, I'm not even sure if that is loading up. So yeah, it's the exact same principle. Obviously, this is going to be far more expensive to farm this because you have to, you know, list your NFTs. You have to bid on NFTs. So I'll be very, very careful with this one. And also, buying a token, this can dump quickly. So as soon as the airdrop, you know, gets issued, this could definitely dump by half because a lot of people that bought this for the airdrop and they're going to dump it straight after, unless they bring out another utility for it, which I'm sure they will in time. But just be careful around this one. The next one isn't actually on Sol. It is Stargate. Sorry, not Stargate. It's a Layer0. So with Layer0, obviously, you know, you can't. It doesn't have a token yet, but it is definitely one of the most hyped projects in the space. So I've got, you know, I've got 451 in one wallet. I've just got it spaced out in many different wallets. And what you want to do is you want to buy the Stargate token, you want to stake it, right? And then what you need to also do is you want to use the bridge. Maybe just use some of these other systems on Stargate here. You want to use a pool, farm, stake. There is also a bridge. Yeah, there's a bridge here. Use the bridge as well. So if you use all of that and do it across many different wallets, that might give you, you know, different airdrops all across those different wallets as well. Now, you also we should also vote on a snapshot. Now, at the moment, I don't believe so. There's no proposals available at the moment. But however, I think that will also help you get a token. So get some Stargate tokens. Not a lot. Look, I've only got 451 in this wallet, and I've got like 200 across like 5 other different wallets. Stake them. Vote on each governance proposal when one appears. Do a transfer bridge, and hopefully that will allow you to get at least some Layer0 tokens, because I think Layer0 will be huge. Another one is, and I'll put a link to this. This one is definitely obviously going to have, and also just to go back to Stargate quickly, Layer0 did confirm that there will be an airdrop. Okay, so that is coming in early 2024. So and also this token right now is very cheap. It's one of the only tokens that hasn't quite pumped yet, but I will guarantee you, as we get into 2024, that token will explode. Okay, because people will be anticipating that that airdrop. Another one is, yes, Linea. So Linea, if you go, I'll put this link in the description. And to be fair, a lot of the activities are now finished, but some are still, because if it's completed, then you can't take part in it. But any ones that are active, that you should definitely do. Just even this one here, just doing, you know, just logging your MetaMask on there gives you 40 experience points, and if that gives you, I don't know, 100 Linea tokens, that might be worth $1,000 or whatever, $100. That's worth it. But what I would do is I would take the time to go through each one of these, right? And they can be quite complicated if you're new to crypto, because it involves decentralized wallets, it involves bridging. So, you know, you have to be at least level 2, level 3 in crypto to do this. However, I think if you are, it's definitely worth doing, because these tokens, we know, we know how much money that they can give you, and that money then you can actually use to then buy other things. You can buy crypto, other crypto, you know, for the bull market, or you can take it out and you can buy stocks, you can buy whatever. So they are very, very beneficial that you sit down and you take the time. I'm still kicking myself that I didn't do it for Jito, right? Because I did it for Arbitrum, I did it for Optimism, 1inch, Uniswap. So I thought I was the airdrop king, but I missed Jito, I missed Pith. So I'm kicking myself for that. However, and before I forget, guys, don't forget Jup. The snapshot, I believe, for the first phase is done, but there will be further airdrops. So if you're going to do any swaps on Solana, just do it on Jupiter. If you're going to do any bridges, if you're going to do any trading or set DCAs or limit orders, do it on Jupiter, because I think this one will be huge. So just do it on there, because I think you'll be eligible for further airdrops. You obviously have missed the chance for this airdrop, but you'll be eligible for further airdrops. So you've got a lot there. Listen, you've got MarginFi, you've got Kamino, you've got Drift, you've got Stargate, you've got Linea, you've got Tensor, and you've got Dupe. So you've got a lot of opportunity there. What you need to do is you just sit down and spend some time on this, because it can earn you so much money, it'll make your ass bleed. Right, guys. Good luck, and I really, really hope that you get all of these airdrops, if not at least some, because it'll definitely be worth your times. Right, just be careful again on the lending and borrowing. Right, keep your health high. But apart from that, have a great day, guys.